Hello, today we're doing the massive opening that I said I'll preview for before. Strange enough, this whole thing ended up coming along just because of a random conversation that I had with, one of my friends about, how I believed the double feature pack for Innistrad was literally just waste money because literally you could end up grabbing one of each of the set boosters and get more value out of it than one of those, but strange enough, that turned into this. So today, we're going to be opening all of this. These are going to be broken up into separate, just so people know, I'm just kind of setting it aside, since I got to get all this put up into piles. If you end up hearing some, random shit off to the side, I do have one of my buddies just kind of hanging off to the side here as we're doing the opening, just in case I need an extra hand or whatnot. And most people end up probably know him just from his doggo barking in the background in some of my videos. Alright. New playmat for the video. More than likely what I'm going to end up doing here, since there's so many packs, I'm going to be splitting these up into roughly like 30 to 40 minute videos. And, just getting a little extra hand there. We're going to be sliding all these piles of packs up to the top here. But, yeah, because there's a good chance this is going to take a while. But... Huh?
Actually not opening up over here.
Well, I tend to leave all the packs on camera.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you had a room.
Build the wall.
There's a lot more packs here than usually open, so...
Yeah.
I was thinking about one. I can at least scoot them back this way more. Still on camera.
Yeah, because I'll say about right there is about 4 bucks. We can go with those.
We give you as much room as possible.
And the Mar Master, since it's its own special little type of pack, it's just gonna be sitting there off to the side by itself. And it's not like I'm following any pack order or anything like that. I'm opening these first since they started this whole thing from the start. But without further ado, let's just get to this opening. Find out what kind of cool stuff we can get. Yeah, just so I can end up having the comparisons. Oh yeah, Evolving Wilds. Woo!
Or its predecessor, the Terramorphic Expanse.
Alright. Well, the watches, but then they're making these riffs because, been talking about the Sarah since it, came out and all that, but they're making all these riffs about how, I thought this was kind of a terrible idea and all that. Mostly because they just literally jammed both pack sets together. But, oh, crap, okay. Also trying to figure out the new light setup here, Yeah, maybe people can still see what... There we go. It took a minute for it to focus in. But yeah, the whole concept of, like, this whole double feature thing, I just thought was kind of weird. I'm kind of going through the cards fast, but...
I'll look at one more, they can always pause it.
Yeah, that's what I always sit there and say, I'll look at more, you can always just pause the video. I think I remember the camera's more off to the side this time around. I'm not seeing anything that's impressed me so far. Ooh, burn down the house. Yeah. And then I'm guessing this is supposed to be that whole special, like, showcase frame thing. I mean, honestly, it literally just looks like a great card. I mean, it's a comment. I'm just going to put it in the comment pile. And then we're gonna have a direct comparison here, because, you know, oh, okay, so we got ourselves, you know, burn down the house and dollhouse of horrors there. Art card. Well, you know, yeah, just art's down here. I do like the lands though. Flash. And most of the stuff's still pretty recent, so I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna already kind of recognize most of the stuff still. So I'm pretty sure I don't gotta go slow through these or anything like that. Okay, we got Griff Reaver. Yeah, okay. So, Dungeon Shade. Yeah, even though I'm pretty sure I'm going to gain list cards, I'm not going to really be separating them because it's really not going to make a difference in all this. So they're just going to go with their rarity. Although I think my point's kind of being a little screwed on this because, you know, it's... Swamp Bear. Bone. Oh. And that's why I end up getting, well, I have 2 of each for this whole example kind of thing, because, you know, you never know, I might end up, like, having a couple of bad packs compared to, you know, a couple of good packs and all that, but, and technically, more or less, this kind of comes down to the, oh, okay, not bad. Do like the Celestis. Probably not really worth much anymore. Ooh. Yay, list. Fact or fiction. Actually, I'm mocking it, but I have a feeling it's worth more, like, probably a couple bucks by this point. Well, a buck, I think, by this point, because a lot of people end up using it. Stuffed bear, woo. Okay, come on. I hate trying to refine focus and all that between all these. Three. Alright. Angel Fire Ignition. Okay. Oh. Spellbook. Strangely enough, when I've actually tried to find one of these, I haven't been able to actually find them in a store. Then, you know, you go online and they just want like 2 times the price for it. Starting to feel... Oh!
You just did like that.
My bad. Okay, we got ourselves about there. Just a little slip of the hand.
It's okay, you just don't want that check. It's all good.
Okay. Light love, slight reflection, break. Yeah. Breath Keeper Seraph. Ooh. Oh, showdown pass. Not bad. Folkscare, uncommon, and tokens. Token. Don't ask me, I have no idea what I just did that.
I don't know. I am just a guest.
It's been a weird day.
It most definitely has.
Alright. Now watch, this will be the pack that proves me for being an idiot.
Yeah.
But you know, we'll just see. Okay, get that back into focus. And let's see here. Will I pull something that's worth more than those? Because mostly, the most interesting thing I actually got out of all of that, I believe, was probably that Showdown Pass.
You get so amazing out of this pack. Nobody knew it was in the pack.
Yeah, and there's actually a chance there actually wouldn't, like I might actually not know that I got something really cool. Just because I haven't looked at the prices on these sets too much lately.
You don't exactly have like TCG player on or anything to look either. I mean, if you get a card and you want to look it up,
those ain't too bad.
I could look up a particular card.
Oh, ooh. And my special, you know, showcase one, Ceremonial Blade. Oh. Yeah, like I said, I really don't feel like those are worth jack squat. But anywho, now we can actually move on to all the fun back here. What do I feel like grabbing first?
Grab the good one.
Yeah, let's go with Khans of Tarkir. Whoosh. That is a really flimsy pack.
It's an older pack.
Yeah, I just kind of forgot how old. Ooh. And yeah, I know I'm kind of a little weird, you know, so I'm trying to hold on to, you know, packs from stuff I haven't done before, like opened before. There we go. Wow. A little bend in those. Ever so slightly. Okay. Firehoof Cavalry. Yeah, I don't know why I'm trying to read this. You know, I don't really do it normally, and just kind of like do a little bit of a slow flip, let people actually, you know, get a good look at what's, you know, in there. Comment when I actually, you know, do find something good. Well, actually, that's not too bad. You know, a couple little banners and random stuff like that. You know, just random little things out of the commons. Highlands. Okay. Timely Horde Mate. Yeah, but okay, yeah, just double check. Bruin's Saddle Brute. Murder's Cut. Sangu Mauler. Okay. I say I could end up pulling something good out of here and not even freaking know because, well, I don't. That is an interesting looking little goblin.
Yeah. He looks a little angry. He's coming at you with his chop knife.
Yeah. Zendikar Rising. I mean, this has got all that party mechanic stuff, even though basically I got like what I find more interesting out of that already, but you know, there's still kind of interesting stuff if I can find. I can't remember what the heck his name is. Omnath, I think comes out of Zendikar Rising. Nice. I also forgot about the pathways. It's a very nice full art. Lava Glide Pathway. River Glide Pathway. Pretty sweet. Cleric of Life's Bond. Full art. And then token. Just gonna ignore that and move on. Next we're gonna end up doing a D&D. I'm just also trying to keep an eye on the time because, like I said, I don't want these going like more than like 30 to 40 minutes. That card feels weird.
Right in the garbage as it goes. Gal is just really hating on some cards, huh?
I don't know why they keep trying to run away.
Sure. They're running away, got a mind of their own.
There we go.
Makes sense.
I don't even remember if this was I think this was a set booster. I think it's kind of, become apparent, anybody that's up there and, probably watched my videos that, I kind of drifted closer to just getting, set boosters than drafting more. Hull of the Storm Giant. Then we got Minion of Might. Swamp Petty.
That one's okay to go on the damage.
That time that one was supposed to go where it went. Rivals of Ixalan. And I'm worried about grabbing too much good, interesting random stuff in one video, but the piles. Oh my god.
You didn't need that corner, right?
Oh, I was trying to hold on to the fact, but not after that.
Let's make it harder.
Okay. And technically I probably could speed this up a little bit, because, yeah, I'm allowing it to where, you can at least see the card before I flip. But, yeah. Stop going out of focus. Reckless Raid. Ooh, I don't know if you're worth anything, but you're interesting.
I can look up.
Menu the Tyrant of Ozaka.
Well,
We're just gonna hand that off to the side for a minute to, get a little check, and then I'm also realizing I probably need to double check that I haven't just been setting. Oh, okay, yeah, like I was figuring, it's all just rares so far. Besides that one.
Oh, let's see here. About $5, $4.66.
Yeah, okay. So
not a bad hit.
not too bad, not too bad. Zendikar Rising set booster. There, God. Then we got Island. Make sure I'm not flipping too fast so the camera can actually keep up. Nope. Kaza Roll Chaser. Alright, if not mistaken. Helm of the Caldra. Nice. That's interesting. Pull out a list slot.
I need a new helmet. My old one broke.
We're gonna go with a Ravnica Allegiance pack. As I'm trying to constantly make sure that's actually focusing. There we go. Yeah, that's something I kind of don't really like too much about draft packs. There's a lot of commons. Collision. Colossus. Flaming Blaze Boar. Electro Dominance. Okay. And Landy Center. Actually, and I can just kind of sit there. Yeah, let's. It's kind of random. Let's go Corset 2012.
They made a movie about it and everything.
Wow, just a scent from that pack.
Nostalgia.
I don't even remember if I was actually playing during this. Oh god. But yeah, it's like I do kind of like recognize some of this older kind of stuff. Goblin Flame Slinger. Guys are the griefy. Land War Elves, yeah. Everybody needs themselves a Land War Elves. Crown of the Emperor. Empires? Outrun. Elixir of Immortality. Phantasmal Image. Oh, it's a clone one. Well, basically it's a clone. We got ourselves a soldier. Swamp there. A Reverberate foil.
Yeah, I'm told it's like a little over $3 for that phantasmal image.
Yeah. Well, it's more of the sparks. Oh, of course, this one opens up, just fine.
Of course.
Okay. Alright. To my ambush. Yep. By the way, I'm gonna end up having a list of all the packs. Well, in the entire well, that's supposed to be in the whole opening. Oh, nice, the Wanderer. In the video link and all that for each of the videos. Alright. Friend of two wolves. Oh, we got ourselves a Swampy and a wolf token. Woo! Yeah. Why not some Journey to Nyx? Love how when the older packs, just start turning translucent. That's a joke. I don't like them actually turn translucent, but it's something kind of expected with each of them and all that. What was this one here? Journey to Nyx? Into Nyx. Be a smart aleck, make a deck. It's just mana dorks. Mystic. Storm Chaser. These do have some interesting art on them. Dice. It's all target. Okay. I'm actually realizing I don't know how to pronounce some of these. Oh no, I've never guessed that's how the rarity system went.
Oh, is that how that works? That was a fun Let's Create Mysteries. Wow. Alright, learn something today.
Draft. Alright. Zendikar Rising Draft. Oop, don't start losing cards. Okay, I'm starting to realize there's cards from this set I never even actually knew about. Mind Carver. It's pretty cool.
Sounds kinky. Normal Tuesday night.
Tanjuru Patreon. Oh, she's the little fixer for, you know, party mechanics and all that. She counts as one of each. Well, whichever one you need. And head card. D&D. Can we pull a cool dragon? I'm trying to remember what else comes out of these.
D&D stuff.
Thanks.
No problem. That's what I'm here for. Remarks.
Alright, I'm just gonna kind of slide these over a little bit because I already see that common pile is gonna need a little more space here in a little while.
Another few packs.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to actually clear the freaking like common pile off the table between videos. Old piles, probably. Orcus, Prince of the Under Death.
I've got like 6 of him. At least it's not a tally.
Devil. Yeah, we're gonna go Dark Ascension. Cause yeah, I know for absolute sure I've never opened one of these. Don't quote me on that, cause with extras I'm like, well no, I did do a random opening thing. I don't know, there may have been one of these in there back then. Can't really remember. Oh. And oh, I'm looking at the back of the pack.
Probably start from the beginning.
Yes. Russet wolves. That, you know, that just kind of makes them sound like potatoes.
Potatoes.
Black cat. Guys. Burn of Guild. Fateless looting. Oh yeah. Crypta. As I like zoned on, I actually forgot to double check, make sure everything's still good up here on the camera. Exhaust G. Stormkirk Captain. Oh, okay. I might actually need one of those in my vampire deck. And then Alpha Brawl. Target creature power control still cannot equal to its power to each. Okay. Just like I said, there's actually stuff here, you know, never seen, so it's kind of like, ah, that's kind of interesting. Fuck are you? Oh. Full werewolf mana dork.
Dork.
Pick
a good one. Do it.
Let's go Fate Reforged.
I'll reforge your face. Actually, nothing much space for that. Don't ask me to do that one. Skills, I probably don't have that either.
say, it hasn't really seemed like, you know, pulled anything too magical yet.
Too magical. The game literally has magic in its name.
I'll shut up now. Because right after saying that, Ugin, the spirit dragon.
Well, I mean, that's a thing right there.
Yeah, if not mistaken, that's at least, well, he still stands at least like 25, 30 bucks. So he's a nice little duder. A couple marks of videos already hitting about the half-hour mark.
One that's going for like 90.
Fate Reforged.
Oh, my bad. Just ignore me. It's the bad thing when the cards usually create so much times you end up doing 2160.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Strange if I want to know one of them. Kaldheim. And I'll probably do that Strixhaven set booster up there before I probably switching off to the next video. Because I just realized, yeah, we're at like 22 minutes. Not 20, 32 minutes. If I'm reading my clock right on. Oh, my. Yes, clock, not timer. Clock.
They've said principle.
Sanctum. Yay, Snow Mountain. Well, that's really shiny.
Shiniest.
Trickster God's Heist. And a Dwarf Token. And we're going to do Strixhaven. Set booster. Yay. What magic will we pull?
Oh, best of ever.
Oh, there we go. As I try to get like the camera to focus back in on the card. Cards stop trying to fall out of my hand. Reconstruct history. I just want to get my hands on one of those. Retriever Phoenix. Oh boy, duress. Not like I don't already have like 20 of those. And one more. Yeah, let's go with. No, let's go with the Commander Legends. Ha 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 ha. Alright, these have 20 cards. I was like, threw me off for a second there on, you know, how thick the pack was. Focus back in. Command tower, yay! It's not like I do actually like the command towers. Dungrave Regent. Okay. I actually don't remember how these are laid out. I do remember those being very popular in all of them. Okay. Well, not exciting of an ending there as I was hoping for, but we're already at about 35-minute mark, so I'm gonna end up, you know, moving on to the next video. Until then, see ya.